Thank you for tuning into the Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Peter is the director of the 12th division of the ACIO, Advanced or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Jessica is a galactic liaison and the interdimensional seer. Together they will discuss the most current updates from the ACIO, Council of Five, and other extraterrestrial sources regarding many influences on our planet today. Our new format allows you to ask questions and hear the answers from the previous show. Post your question in the comment section below the YouTube video. Disclosures, Insider, intel that keeps you updated with planetary changes.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today at Disclosures. And I'm here with Peter the Insider, and we have some information for you today. So we're going to be covering a bunch of different topics, but I think we have some good news. We're going to start off with some good news, and I think many of us have been waiting for some good news. So without further delay, I'm going to go right in and connect to Peter. Hello, Peter. How are you today?
Hello. I want to say hi not only to you but to all of our audience, and I just want to say I don't know if it is good or bad, because many people are afraid from something new because it is unknown, but changes need to happen. So since October 1st, we as a Earth started to merge, and I mean it is a real deal, merge with another reality, and to be honest, it was complete, because I wasn't able to predict exact date. I wasn't able to predict anything pretty much, and even all the entities they provide the merging, and it was long term process they started. They were not able to predict solid time frame when this part of merging process will start. So a long story short, from October 1st this year, that means 2020, we really start to merge with another reality, and it started only from small areas, and it took 4 days to, I don't want to say all, but most of the vast majority of Earth, Earth surface, you can hear these noises. They are the sounds, they are very similar to noises of jet fighters once they are flying much faster than sound is moving, so after the sonic boom effect. And that means once you are able to hear that sound, and you are absolutely sure that either normal, that means public, personal, or cargo airplane, or so it doesn't necessarily need to be jet fighter or jet fighter itself. So if you are sure that there is nothing like that around, and despite of that you are able to hear that sound, this is definite one solid evidence that we are merging. And no, don't confuse this sound with, in quotes, also called trumpets of Jericho. This kind of weird sound like of big horns or something like that. Because those are absolutely two different processes and all kind of that stuff. They have nothing in common, if you want to call it that way.
I was always wondering what that sound was, the trumpets of Jericho. Why would that show up in certain locations?
Because they were starting to clean up the reactors, fuse reactors for fuse engines. I mean, spaceship engines.
Okay, so and you also told me that this merge is also bringing us to the fifth array, or 5D.
5D respective density of fifth array, but technically density of fifth array, aka 5D, we need to be there in order to merge with this another reality. We need to be, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
This will be new context of existence and technically new matrix, but it will be, and that's the problem, because once we are talking about the matrix, in quotes matrix, in previous context of existence, it was technically quantum computer simulation. We were only enslaved. We've been enslaved there, and now it will be vice versa. We will call it. We will created it, and we will be able to create our own world. I mean, technically worlds, because all of us can create our own worlds.
Right. Wow. And hopefully.
And I was like, because to be perfectly honest with you, all of our listeners, I was like, okay, we can start recording the show, and then this kind of crazy loud noise just start to appear, and I was like, no, in this conditions we cannot start to record the show. And that was one solid proof that the whole process is successfully keep going.
Yeah, we were just having a pre-show conversation, and then the engines started going, and you were concerned that it was loud, and I can't hear them for some reason. And which is good in a way, because then we're able to do the show and there isn't a lot of background noise, but you hear them, and I know that
it was absolutely crazy. I was like, what in the world is that? And I was really worried, because I was like, no, in this kind of conditions we definitely cannot make the show. And then you said me that but I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can, everything's good. So I think that's really good news. I think people have been waiting for this information, and I can see that, yeah, we have still a lot of issues going on around the world, but definitely not like the extreme chaos that we had about a month ago. And
it is, as I said, those residual effects, they will not fade away just like that. It is not like you can turn on and light on and off. Nope, it is not that easy. Definitely not.
we still have the Shaw House issue.
Oh no! I mean, I knew that you will talk about that. I knew it.
Well, because she's still interrupting our communication, and I think
no, we need to mention her. Hello, Hetty.
yeah.
I'm talking about her show. She's doing crazy stuff to us.
Yeah, and you had a hard time when you were ready to do an interview with Anthony Zender.
Yeah, that
And
was
that
absolutely
was,
crazy.
yeah,
And then she absolutely smashed the Anthony's what it was internet. It was like
yeah,
for 20 minutes or so. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, you are right.
yeah, yeah. So we're still
That
kind
was
of going to
crazy.
we might not have Monarch as being that powerful around us, but Heather Shaw and the Shaw House is still a problem.
Yeah, you know, world can't be just ideal. It will be too boring.
Yeah, there's always something, but we'll get through it, and we'll continue to talk and figure things out and get information, and so that everyone can put their intentions for towards the highest for humanity. And like Peter says, we can create our own world, and we are creating a better world where there's
Yes,
more harmony. And
it's absolutely, it's like very rare, extremely unique chance to make such a stuff. It's very unique.
well, that's exciting for me. I think that we have a lot of ideas of how to make this world a better place, and we're going to even talk about some technology too that they're coming up with that I think is quite interesting. But and maybe we should go on to the next topic.
Do you
And
know what? Actually, you brought some very interesting topics to the table. So let's start to talk about them.
okay, so someone sent me this video, and I thought it was really interesting. You can see the date, 1956, and I'm gonna just play it. And what the comment is avoiding the future plague, which is really kind of weird. So I'm just gonna play that, and people can listen. It's only about 2 minutes long.
When you think of the future, you likely envision the remarkable technologies that you've seen in comic books and films. You may begin to picture flying cars, trains driven by electromagnets, or household robots that will see to your every need. While modern scientists agree that many of these inventions are either unlikely or unnecessary, it may surprise you to learn what the future could actually hold. Imagine being able to share your thoughts with millions of people at once, simply by typing them on a keyboard and sending them through the air. Think of what life will be like when all of the many fixtures of an office, including a typewriter and an entire Rolodex, can fit within a device smaller than a loaf of bread. Consider the vacation plans you could make when a single trip on an airplane is all that's needed to visit anywhere on Earth. Yes, the future certainly looks bright, but it isn't without its darker sides. According to some predictions, obesity will likely run rampant, and political corruption will become so commonplace as to be accepted. People with nothing entertaining or informative to say will broadcast their demands for attention, and once beloved performers will become pushers of snake oil. Perhaps worst of all will be the emergence of a deadly and potentially devastating disease. Think of the last time that you contracted influenza. You were likely bedridden for days, having no appetite or desire to play games. Experts predict that by the year 2020, a new virus will rise, spreading from somewhere in Asia to the rest of the world. And with international travel being available to even the most common citizen, a sickness which would have been contained in years past will quickly spread to all corners of the...
Okay, so there it is. I mean, that was so accurate,
Yep, you are right.
And
You are
it's
right.
like it's
Yeah, yeah.
it's like they predicted the technology and everything.
Yep.
They predicted robots. They predicted travel. And then they said exactly 2020 is when this virus was going to take place.
Yes,
How did they
you are
know
right.
that, Peter?
Maybe because of time travel system.
Yeah, yeah. This is 1956, and they had time travel, but that's the only way. They kind of knew that these things
Yeah.
were going to take place, and also the corruption in the with the politics, in the polling and the voting and so forth.
Yeah, it is technically once you are honest, you know, and no corruption is stuff or whatever, then you are dumb. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You
I
are
just thought.
dumb. You are dumb because you don't take any sort of personal advantage. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, to me that was pretty evident that they had an awareness, and the way that the things are going these days, that they already knew, and but they couldn't prevent it. Did they? I
Yeah.
don't know if they tried to prevent it.
Believe me, so many times, but it ended up even to bigger and bigger disaster.
Oh, okay. All right. So it was just sort of something that had to play out.
Yeah.
So on to the next topic. We have new clues to Earth's atmospheric loss from the moon's origin from the planet collision supercomputer simulations. So the Earth could have lost anywhere between 10 and 60% of its atmosphere in the collision that is thought to have formed the moon. New research led by Durham University in the UK shows how the extent of the atmospheric loss depends upon the type of giant impact on the Earth. As researchers, let's see, we'll open up the full article here. As researchers, let's see. Anyhow, the findings have led to the development of a new way to predict the atmospheric loss from any collision across a wide range of rocky planet impacts that could used by scientists who are investigating the moon's origins or other giant impacts. So I don't know if that looks like they have some footage here. I don't know. Okay, so that's the impact that they're displaying right there. And
Yep.
so is there anything that you would like to say about this? So this is a 3D simulation of a giant planet impact.
I think they are pretty right, and I don't know. I mean, it is current. I don't want to say when, but the conclusion of scientific research, and it's true. I mean, it is pretty true, respectively, pretty accurate. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, it says that the moon is believed to have formed about 4.5 billion years ago, following a collision between the early Earth and a giant impactor, possibly the size of Mars.
That's true. I mean, I don't want to say it happened like that, but approximately something like that happened.
Do you know what happened to that other planet? It just
No, nothing. I mean, the nothing. The planet went through nothing. Technically, the very small particles. There were two versions of, or I don't know, two groups of small particles. First group, they were too small to stay on Earth's orbit, so they went through to the open space, and the larger orbits, they were how can I say that, they start to get together and more together, and they created the moon. Do you know what I mean? Like that.
Oh, I see. So it just sort of gradually
Gradually
gravitated,
yeah, but by gradual gravitation, and yeah,
over billions of years.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's what it says, of 4.5 billion. Well, that's their guess, I guess.
Yep, you are right.
Calculation, probably. Okay. It's interesting to learn about our moon and some of the things
Yeah.
we're gonna go into some politics here. So we got some weird stuff happening here. Armenian prime minister on conflict with Azerbaijan. The goal is genocide. I think the Armenians have already been through genocide. And
you are absolutely right. I mean, it was in early 20th century, and it really happened. Turkey made it to Armenians. You are right.
Yeah, and a lot of people talk about what the Jews went through during World War II, but not many people are aware of that Armenia went through a similar thing.
Yep, and it was like 9 years. It was approximately from the start of First World War, and it was like 1923, 24. It ends, and it. I mean, some people believe it was like 1.5, and other people like 2.5 millions of people deaths. Yeah.
Why is it that they want to destroy the Armenian people?
And the stuff is that it was the second, how can I say that, second most studied, but also the second most, I mean, the second worst of genocide after Holocaust. And not only, how can I say it, by number of causalities. Am I saying it right? I don't know.
Yeah.
And but the cruelty, it was absolutely crazy. I mean,
the Syrians just they suffered a really bad war recently, and just horrifying.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah,
you are right.
It's very strange that they have such aggression towards each other in that portion of the world, and it seems like they can't seem to get over it or resolve anything. And is this going to end up in some bigger issue, or is this either the ACIO, or they're trying to
neutralize? Yes, we will, because this is the stuff. It is extremely touchy, let's say, area. And I mean, Russia have extremely big influence, like crazy influence, and that's the reason why NATO and all kind of Western allies don't want to get in there.
Yeah.
They don't want to get in there, definitely, because it is like, no, let's Russian bear sleep. You know what I mean? It's their national animal is bear, so let's Russian bear sleep. No, they don't want to mess around with Russia, because Napoleon did, Hitler did, and we can talk how ended it up. Know it. You know it.
Yeah, they're not one to really mess with.
No. Yep. They will not surrender. Definitely not. Yep. Definitely not. And this is not only about how can I say it? This is not only about some land. How can I say it correctly? Like a random land in quotes. No, this is about Nagorno-Karabakh. That means this very specific. It is specific land. It has very how can I say it? Specific historical meaning for both countries. And especially, there is Ararat Mountain. What is biblical.
Yeah.
I mean, biblical-ish, mountain.
It's supposed to,
mentioned.
Noah's Ark was supposed to be there, or something
What?
like that.
Sorry?
Noah's
What?
Ark was supposed to have landed there. Mount
Sorry?
Ararat. Noah's Ark.
Yeah. You are right. Sorry, yes, you are absolutely right. Noah's Ark. Yes.
Yeah. And so it's
Yes.
a sacred place. They don't like anyone going
Yes,
there.
but that's the problem. It was never. They never ever, made some sort of, let's say, solid agreement. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, okay, this is yours. This will be ours. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And no, this is not like, I don't know, few decades or whatever conflict. This is few centuries. This is crazy. I mean, this Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, is absolutely crazy. It's,
Yeah.
It's
It
crazy.
seems like it's crazy, and it's strange that I don't know why they dislike the Armenians so much, but they're like a weaker group of people,
Yeah.
and yeah. All right, so here's, Turkey's
And there's another
Erdogan
problem. There's
clears.
another problem.
Yeah,
There's
Jerusalem
another
is our
problem.
city. Yep. So he's addressing the lawmakers in Ankara. Turkish president says the Palestinian people have lived in the capital for thousands of years, and so he's very much involved. What's going on?
Because technically, if we will say it is Palestinian, it's not okay. I mean, that it is no longer, my bad, Palestinian, it's not okay. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
It is not okay.
Yeah, and this is about the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem and the symbolic mosques of our faith, he said. In addition, the city is home to the holy places of Christianity and Judaism. And the Ottoman Empire ruled over Jerusalem 1516 to 1917. Modern Turkey, its successor state, has long stressed its enduring connection to the holy city. So, I mean, here again, it's pushing the envelope again. And
but technically, if it will be the place, I mean, if the conflict will be placed, I don't want to say I liked conflict. I don't like any conflicts, but it's everlasting conflict between Muslims from Palestine and the Hebrew people from Israel. It's everlasting conflict, but suddenly, out of nowhere, third side. It's like, what in the world is that? Everything is like twisted upside down, right?
What do you mean
all
third
of a sudden.
side? What do you
Third
mean by
side.
that?
I mean that Turkey is third side of the conflict.
Yeah.
There is like, this is what I want to say. What I wanted to say originally.
Yeah, Turkey getting involved makes it more tense. Yeah.
Yeah, it is making even more mess. Like, they are making even more mess. Even more mess. It is more messy. Sorry for that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very strong and it can be aggressive. So I don't know what's going on there, but I thought that was something that we should look at.
Yep.
Okay, so we have weird, the virus is spreading, to strategic areas, like there was Donald Trump and his wife.
Yep.
Both,
I
the
know
first
it.
lady,
I know it.
both got sick. Now, or this whole panel that was handling the Supreme Court nomination, miraculous or mysteriously gets this virus. I mean, what are they doing? Putting it in the food, or how are they contracting this? And
this is aerosolic infection. Aerosolic, like you have this spray. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, okay. So they act like they're spraying like disinfectant, but it's actually the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. This is it what I was talking about. This is the reason why it is spreading so fast all over the US practically from since US was first uh, hit with the whole coronavirus thing, if we want to call it that way. Uh, the solid reason why uh, kept, and still it is keeping to spreading it so fast, because they are using as spray infection. So it is like it is. I mean, uh, it is in the grass, right? And once you have moisture, humidity, right? It goes in the grass, in soil. Once you have moisture, you have humidity. It go to the clouds, and it can, I don't know, clouds can go in atmosphere, um, they can go with winds, I don't know, like few hundreds of miles, and then they start to rain. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's the reason. And this is the US is the only state in the world this type of infection happened. This type of infection.
Yep. And that's because it's been deliberate, that they've been trying to spread it.
And that's the problem. DARPA.
DARPA.
Yeah. They did that on purpose, because once you have this stuff in the clouds, and clouds can be wind with wind, I don't know, few hundreds of miles, and that's pretty much it. You are done.
Yep.
know.
So DARPA's trying to prevent certain things from happening in the US.
Yes.
Yeah. And they must not like this Amy Coney Barrett that they were trying to vote in.
You are right.
Yep.
But despite of it, we can be very happy that thanks to Much umbrella were not able to spread. It was like 120 or 130 new mutations, and crazy. They will be crazy, those mutations. Wow. Of COVID. They will be goddamn crazy. It will be, and I will not watch my language, they will be next level shit. Even we in ACIO have no goddamn clue what will happen. Absolutely.
So not that was stopped? That was stopped?
Yeah.
That's
we
awesome.
Can be only, we can be happy. Really, believe me, we can be happy.
Yeah, because they did predict that there was going to be a lot of mutations, and fortunately we haven't seen too many of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is good, Peter. It's very good.
No, this is not good. This is goddamn best what can happen in this crazy situation.
Okay, so here's another trouble area. Vatican financial scandal, 450 million disappeared. That's a lot of money. Isn't it a lot of euros? 20 million euros has disappeared from the Pope Francis private account, and that's just a fraction of the huge sum of money that has been piloted from the Vatican to cardinals, real estate agents, and shady middlemen. According to the Italian newspaper, The Republic, a total of about 450 million euros would have disappeared. Vatican justice has now charged 15 people, 7 of them within the Vatican itself. They are charged with embezzlement, abuse of power, and corruption. The main suspect in the case is Cardinal Angelo Becciui.
Bechui.
Yeah. The Deputy Prime Minister of the Vatican say he has been put on hold by the Pope. He must also surrender his cardinal title. In their investigative report, the Vatican magistrate speaks of a well-designed plan to plunder the Vatican's finances that is unparalleled. That's a crazy amount of money, but yeah, there's a lot of...
Actually, they are doing this because they are trying to make those crystal balls and balls made with gold and diamonds, and thanks to that, they really can do their stuff. Their AKA, they technically, I don't know if they were so naive or so, but Vatican City Library, there are really goddamn old books, and not only Bible like prints or writings, because most of those Bible-ish, books, they were written way much before printing system was invented, and they are powerful as artifacts, and multiple. It was like an explosion, like exponential amounts of rising of demon possessions was reported in the last like 1.5 or 2 years or whatever, and without those specific balls they cannot do that. How can I say it, well-trained priests, do you know what I mean? Because if many people believe that it is like only the Bible, I mean holy by the holy water or the cross, do you know what I'm trying to say, all kind of that stuff?
Yeah, for it to give
no,
possessions.
this is definitely not the case. So they need to go to pure gold. They need to go to SIR, what is it, South African Republic, to go to for black diamonds and all kind of that stuff, and they need to go to Amsterdam because they need to make very specific, how can I say that, how high quality this, how can I say it correctly, those small black diamond-ish stuff, the pieces of diamonds, and there are only like 5 or 6 families all around the world. All of them are Jewish, so Hebrew people, and they can create such a perfect masterpieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to create such a, because it's like a jewelry, it's a masterpiece, and it's goddamn crazy, like expensive, So from my point of view, 450 millions, it's not that big deal. I mean, please don't get me wrong, people, but I'm just saying.
You mean, all right, so the reason why he did that, they took all that money, you said that they had to create these devices to try to neutralize the possessions of
because possessions
people?
Possessions are definitely not demon. I mean, if they will be demon possessions only, in quotes only, then highly trained priests will be enough. Holy Bible with, used, I mean, specifically modified, I mean, pured by pure holy water and all kind of that stuff, of course, special crosses, it will be enough. Once we are talking about getting very, very bad, evil astral entities, in comparison with them, even in quotes, normal demons are saints in comparison with them.
Yeah. Yep.
Because of that, the people, wise people full of wisdom in Vatican, they're like, aha, this is problem, and they need to create this I mean a big amount of these devices. They look like pretty much like crown-ish stuff. Once you know you are in how can I call it, royal family, and you are crowned. Do you know what I'm trying to say? To be
You
a
mean
new,
like the scepters?
Yes, they look pretty much very similar like that. And this is expensive, because try to think, it is a big ball, and it is not hollow. No, it is full of pure gold. You know, it is not that easy. No.
Yep. Peter, I think I met all of those demons in the past 2 years.
I believe you. and you know, give me a second, and there are, a few different types according to the largeness and heaviness and color of diamonds, but most times black diamonds, and it is not that easy to get to make that device complete. This is not that easy.
No, you have to be a true jewelry maker to understand how. Or
to be perfectly honest, only Jewish people, only Hebrew people are able to do so. And I know personally 6 families in Amsterdam, in Netherlands, in Holland. Yeah. I knew all of them. They are rabbis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're very good friends of mine, just by the way. And this is not, once again, they are charging money, but you need to say the mass, how big this ball is. Once it is not hollow, and it is pure gold. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, you need to mine it, the hollow, the gold. You need to mine and get in the perfect shape, the diamonds in perfect shape. Nah, it's not so easy. It's expensive process. So it is very expensive, but despite of it, it's for good purpose, So, the world isn't black and white, 0 or 1, yes or no. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's not that bipolar only. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, well, no one told Pope Francis, obviously, that his account was going to be used for that. But this right here, you can see them right here.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. But without diamonds and without those, how can I call it? Give me a second. Ornaments. Those ornaments are absolutely crazy complicated to make. They're crazy. Yep. So detailed. Because I saw one of those in the Vatican City. I saw, and it was absolutely crazy.
Is that why they have so much power?
How detailed it was.
This is the reason why they have so much power, is these ancient books and also. Yeah. But the ancient books have, they just open up these dark entities that go into the world. Right?
Give me a second. It is, like you can, because we cannot, as a people, we cannot eat for 1 month. For 1 month, but we cannot drink only for 3 days. Once we cannot drink water for 3 days, and then bam, period, end of story. You are gone. You are dead. So we need to drink. But once the flow is high of the water, you know, or someone will pull you under the water, you are drowned. So this is it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Or once it is cold outside, you need fire in order to make you warmer, you know. But once it's turned back, you will burn.
Right.
You will be burned by fire. Or it is the same stuff as a knife, you know. You can cut slice of bread, or I don't know, you can make butter bread. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But once you are in amok, also called amok in my region, in Czech and Slovakia, that means you are in rage, you will stab. Once you are in rage, you got in rage, I don't want to say you will, sorry, this was my bad. You can stab someone with the same knife, you know.
Yeah.
So this is two-bladed swords. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Those,
So,
I mean, those old books, no matter if we are talking about the Bible or whatever. No. I'm just saying, you know, that it is very dangerous stuff not to mess around with until you are not very well and highly experienced.
right. And you know, when you're dealing with energy or devices or anything like that, you have to be very careful, and you have to have the right consciousness.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, sorry that I got into such a details, but I just want to say that this worth to mention.
Yeah.
Once,
I mean, a lot of those
according this
objects.
topic.
Yeah, a lot of those objects are neutral. It's just what the intention is and how you're using it.
Absolutely. Most of them are neutral. Absolutely, you are right.
Peter,
Yep.
some of those ancient books in the Vatican, are they books of magic? Are they books of early religious or like Christian writings? Are they what kind of books are they?
Do you know
that
what?
are,
Actually, everything you mentioned.
and also like like even black magic and all that kind of stuff?
Give me a second. Everything you mentioned, every single type-ish stuff you mentioned, you mentioned certain list of purposes, sorry, my bad, okay?
Why is
And
it that they have control over all of this?
sorry, I can't stop laughing. They believed they have, but once they will start to use it, especially the bad ones, right? They at least they believe that once they have it under the lock and they throw key away, it's fine, because you know, once someone will open that, I mean that those kind of books, they open Pandora's box. No, definitely not good idea.
Right. Okay.
Sorry that I start to mention that, but you know, it was kind of interesting topic, and I think it was good stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I think so too, because where a lot of people are curious of you know why they have all the objects that they have, and you know I look at an article, I have no idea what your comment's going to be, and I think it's very interesting because it went into something else that I would have never guessed. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I can surprise you.
Yeah. You surprise me a lot, which is good. It's good. Sometimes we're thinking alike, and that's also interesting too. Okay, so this is the next article. It's called "Cracks in Space-Time: Light Years Long at the Edges of a Vast Regions as Big as Observable Universe." And so, new findings by NanoGrav, the North American Nanohertz Observatory for Gravitational Waves, could become the discovery of the century if the data has been generated by a network of giant filaments, cosmic strings left over from the birth of the universe, invisible threads of pure energy, one of the most controversial. What do you think, Peter?
Just please go to the... okay, so you don't want to
read?
You don't want to read the whole
Yeah,
article,
no,
because
I can read some more.
Because long story short, it's true.
So
I mean, this is it. This is it what I was talking about the whole time. Look at
this
that.
is a string theory suggesting the universe is reflections of point-like elementary particles. That's like what you talked about with the moon. Extremely tiny,
but
theoretical.
this is it. This is it. What I was talking about. That there are, how can I say it, like what? That there are those kind of stuff, the cracks, the time and space anomalies. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Those cracks. They called it cracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, cracks. Yeah, cracks.
Yeah,
and this is it.
Space-time.
Space-time. Look at that. Space-times. But I talked about it, I don't know how many times.
I know.
Because this is real. This is real.
And
look at that, how small it is. Look at that, how small it is. It's 10x minus 33 centimeters. It's goddamn crazy small.
Billion times smaller than a proton that carry mass and electric currents. Yeah, we've got a very amazing reality that we're connected to. They're extremely high density, which is interesting, thought to have formed when regions of space-time with different properties contacted each other in the first split second after the Big Bang, when the universe underwent a rapid expansion, then cooled rapidly, may have caused a phase change in the quantum fields, like water freezing to ice.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then they talk about ripping space-time asunder. Abrupt phase transition may have created the first black holes. So, I mean, it's
that's true.
Amazing articles. The fractured cosmos was a cosmic string detected at the Milky Way's black hole. I mean, there's a lot of interesting information here. And
I'm just saying, I'm just saying that I talked about this. When not this exact, then a very, very, very similar stuff like that, like this is, and we talked about it like many times, and it was like, I don't know, half, 3/4, maybe 1 year before this, and even maybe maybe even in deeper, I mean far past, and this is the stuff.
Then this article came out on October 3rd, 2020. So they're finding out stuff, you're already talking about it. So it's true. It's true. I mean, I don't know if they had already discovered this stuff earlier, but this article in particular came out just recently.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah. I mean, Peter, that's, you talk about information that the scientific world hasn't caught up with yet. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying this article,
because let's say I've got sources.
Right.
I've got sources.
Here's another interesting topic. 2 mysterious strange lights streaked across Las Vegas last night. And this article, we're trying to see the date when this came. In a 47-second clip, you can see a bright white trail streaking across the sky. So let's take a look at this. So it almost looks like a chemtrail, I guess, in there,
Yep, you are right.
right here.
Yep.
But it's not a chemtrail. It's sort of
No.
just short, right? Okay, so I mean, it doesn't look like it's. I mean, I've seen other things that seem to stand out a little bit more, but
Nope.
it did say that Jupiter and Saturn are currently visible in the night sky, but no instances involving meteor-like objects were noted. So they're trying to figure out what this was. It's no meteor showers, and
Let's say that something happened. Something, aka there was a fuel, let's say fuel tray.
oh, you mean there was a spacecraft, or?
Yeah, fuse engines fuel tray.
Okay, and what kind of vehicle was this?
The space, I mean, you really want to say the exact alphanumerical string ish stuff?
Sure.
Really?
This was September 24th, 2020, by the way. So, which race was driving the vehicle where this happened?
Not a vehicle, but
Or
a spaceship, but a spacecraft, not spaceship. Emerters.
Earthers? Okay. All right.
So maybe we can go to next topic.
Okay, so here's quantum entanglement realized between distant large objects, limitless precision in measurements likely to be achievable. So the Niels Bohr Institute Quantum Physics, University of Copenhagen, a team of researchers in Niels Bohr Institute, University of Copenhagen, have succeeded in entangling two very different quantum objects. The result has several potential applications, and ultra-precise sensing in quantum communication is now published in Nature Physics. Entanglement is the basis. So I think what they're saying is that they can be very precise in creating an entanglement if they want to create one.
Yeah, that's true. They can.
Which could be dangerous if that was put in the wrong hands, I would think.
You are absolutely right. I cannot speak. Yeah, you are right.
Oh, what's their reasoning for doing something like this? Other than, just curiosity.
What do you mean other than curiosity?
Well, other than, because scientists like to experiment and just see if they can do something. But is there an application or a reason why that they would create something like this? What's the goal of this company? I mean, are they working for the bad guys?
No. Actually, like it or not, they are working for Kruger.
Oh, okay.
I like to say that, like it or not.
All right. So, well, that's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So the quantum mechanics is like a double-edged sword. There you go, Peter.
I know it.
Oh, well, you just said that. It gives us wonderful new technologies, but also limits the precision of measurements, which would seem just easy from a classical point of view, says the team member Michael Perniak. Entangled systems can remain perfectly correlated even if they are at a distance from each other. a feature that has puzzled researchers from the very birth of quantum mechanics more than 100 years ago. So they're very advanced in able to do a lot of different things. And this article, talks about magnetometers and magnetometers and accelerometers and force sensors, all sorts of different types of experiments, black hole mergers or neutron star mergers.
Technically, they many of this kind of stuff Kruger has already. They had it already, but let's say they want to have something or certain things released to the public. They want to get it on the public.
Look at this, Peter. What's this LIGO mirrors or LIGO mirrors? Is that like that reminds me of Faith Connors.
Yeah.
Mirrors. So what is that? The LIGO or LIGO mirrors?
We can go down, and I think that will be
possible
written.
to generate entanglements of the LIGO mirrors with an atomic cloud and thus cancel the 0-point noise of the mirrors in the same way as it does for the membrane noise and the present experiment. The perfect correlation between the mirrors and atomic spin due to their entanglement can be used in such sensors to virtually erase uncertainty. It simply requires us to take information from our system and apply the knowledge to the other in such a way that we can learn both about the position and the momentum of LIGO mirrors at the same time entering a so-called quantum mechanics free subspace and taking a step towards limitless precision of measurements of motion. A model experiment demonstrating this principle is the way of Eugene Polzik's laboratory. And then they talk about this entanglement between the macroscopic, mechanical, and spin systems. So it doesn't really say what the LIGO mirrors are. Oh, here it is right here. So it's a laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory. And that's what it is. Tiny oscillators and big ones. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but technically, like, it is big, and I'm talking about, like, big. They call it mirrors, but technically they've got all kind of that stuff of, let's say, high tech stuff. They are inventing and enhancing all kind of galaxies. I mean stars, galaxies, kind of that stuff. They are observing universe 24/7.
Wow.
Yep. So
this is beyond Fermi's paradox. This is 11.
But that's the stuff.
Transcension.
Sorry. I don't want to talk because we really need to talk about that, because once people don't know what Fermi paradox is, then it is pretty much worthless to talk about that stuff.
Yeah, I don't see. Well, maybe we'll come back to this one. I'll do some research on it so I can better understand and we can describe it. Okay, we'll skip over that one. All right, so here's another interesting one. Physicists build a circuit that generates clean, limitless power from graphene. That's like in pencils, isn't it? Or graphite?
Yep.
And so here's... And here's the principle of how it operates. And then it adds to, creates, it's interesting.
Isn't this interesting? And you?
Yeah.
Isn't this interesting?
Yeah.
And again, whoop.
Looks like a video game. So
But
they've
it is
successfully.
real. No, just
Yeah.
go back. But it is real.
Yeah, this is
And
a
then
circuit.
and then
Yeah, it's a circuit, and there's
Yep.
the pencil, graphene or whatever, graphite, and held up against the battery, and the battery is getting charged,
Absolutely.
going through this process. And so this is this successfully developed a circuit capable of capturing graphene's thermal motion and converting it into electrical current. An energy harvesting circuit based on graphene could be incorporated into a chip to provide clean, limitless, low voltage power for small devices or sensors.
Yep.
Yeah, so
But I mean, not limitless in, how can I say that, like limitless, because there will be some losses. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But it is very, very long lasting. Let's say it that way. It will be more accurate. Do you know what I mean?
well, plus it's clean. It's clean energy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, it's
But
it's
not
good to see things like,
limitless, not limitless. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
yeah. And it's not for larger devices, small devices, but that's
Yeah,
a nice
of
step
course.
forward.
But it is true, just by the way.
Yep. Okay.
What is this?
Wall Street has started trading in a new commodity, water. So now
It
they're
is
trading
true.
water.
It is true. It is true.
Are they really that concerned that we're not going to have water?
Do you know what actually? This was prediction, respectively, not prediction, but warning of special CIA branch to the U.S. government through the U.S. DoD, that approximately between years 2020 and 2025 we will be so low on drinkable water that we will start to trade it as a commodity on the markets. Do you know what I mean? On stock exchanges. And it is between 2020 and 2025. And that warning was created approximately, it was, give me a second, it was 9/11 2001. I mean the attack, terrorist attack. Yeah, it was 1999, because I know it for sure.
I mean, we have a huge basin of water in the oceans that could be desalinized.
But it is not so easy. It's not so easy. I know you are right, but it is not so easy.
Because we've done absolutely nothing to invest in that area, which is the smartest thing in the world.
I know you are right.
Well, why? You know, they're doing this on purpose. You know, they're focusing on.
I know you are right. I know.
And they talk about the wildfires, but they never. There's planes that can utilize the ocean's water, and instead they were using other water.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
Yeah, I mean they're trying to destroy California, which is a horrible shame. You know, it says here, if the record heat and the wildfires raging Californians weren't a clear enough sign that climate is changing. That's crazy. That's such a lie.
Sorry, this is not about destroying California. This is about, in quotes, clearing perimeter. They want to have free room, free space for performing experiments for scientific purposes, but not just, in quotes, random scientific, but for military purposes. Okay, this is it. They want to clear perimeter because They've got all kind of that stuff in Arizona and New Mexico, but they need to make the area, experimental area, wider. I mean, more vast. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
What
They
are they
need it.
experimenting on? What are they doing?
I
know you can't
sorry, go ahead.
You can't. I know you can't say it, but it's just like it sounds crazy.
Sorry for those weird sounds. I am okay. I just want to say that this is not because I don't know. This is not because. Okay, long story short, we as directly as ACIO and our associates, huge people from huge group, we are on mission in order to stop this. And I will not watch my language once again, this shit, because it's residual effect, right? And I cannot jeopardize the mission.
Yeah,
because once I will say, it will be, it will be pretty much like sabotaging mission, jeopardize the mission. I don't want to do that. Sorry, I know that it sounds not okay. It sounds like no, insider don't know. Sorry, I cannot.
No, I
it's not
understand.
okay.
I understand. So, but that is the intention. I don't understand what they're experimenting on. If it's humans
It
or
is
guinea pigs
absolutely goddamn crazy. It is goddamn crazy. It is. Believe me, it is.
So
They've got Arizona. They've got Nevada. They've got New Mexico. They've got Arizona. They've got Nevada, and they need California desperately. It's absolutely crazy. Then they will spread it to Oregon, to Colorado. It is goddamn crazy. Because they will. It is only a matter of time. Now they are doing it to California, and it will be only a matter of time. And it is not like decades. I mean, like, I don't know, like in 2030, 40 or so. Only a matter of years that they will start to do the same stuff, or when not the same, then very similar. What we are witnessing now in California, they will start to use very similar things in Colorado, in Utah, in Oregon. It is absolutely crazy. They are crazy.
is this about experimentation on humans? Can you say that?
This is part of Agenda 2. Part of this agenda, but only part. Tiny part.
Okay.
Tiny part of this agenda.
Yeah, but either way, it doesn't sound right.
Long story short, that I cannot. I really want. I want to talk about that so bad, but I cannot.
Yeah.
That there are time and space abnormalities, anomalies, of very vast areas. It's absolutely crazy, and they are using, aka misusing, that there are, Mojave Desert, Sonora Desert, in those particular states. I mean, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico. I talked about that, but I don't know. I don't know what the heck they will do. It's like, because they need to have new space. They need it so bad. They will not hesitate to do anything. They are crazy, absolutely crazy.
I think that I saw a map once that the government was going to take over the whole coast of California.
But I'm just saying, this is not California only.
Right.
I named those states. It is absolutely crazy. They will not hesitate to do crazy stuff to Oregon, to Idaho, you know, to Colorado. For I don't know, I don't want to say yes or no, but I heard something about Wyoming too, you know, and to Oklahoma too. I know it is
Yeah,
absolutely crazy.
it's the whole western part of the U.S. then.
Yeah, absolutely. This
But
is.
then when
But this,
they need more, they'll just keep moving east, right?
yes, and that's the sorry to say it loud and clear. Yes, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
I want to say it about talk about it so bad, but I cannot, because once we are infiltrated in their structures, I will jeopardize the mission. I will sabotage the mission, and I don't want, you know.
Nope, we don't want to do that. So we're going to go to the next topic.
Okay.
This is eco-friendly battery is powered by the smell of vanilla.
What do you think? I talked about that. Smell of rose can heal.
You
And this
did,
is
yeah.
it.
Well, this we talked about even the Delphi house, and they using the perfumes.
Perfumes for healing, essence of specific roses-ish combination, and this is it. Smell of vanilla, powering, I mean, making electricity. Yep, you are right.
Yeah, a
You are
battery.
right. Yeah. You are right.
That's done in Austria. Figured out a way to replace elements in the liquid batteries made from heavy and rare earth metals with vanilla.
What do you think? What do you think?
Well, that should be interesting, you know. I always thought it'd be kind of cool to go to a movie theater and have like a smell-o-vision, you know what I mean? It's kind of like you
Not
kind of smell
television, but
different things.
smell-o-vision. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
we are kind of laughing, you know, but actually it is true.
finding
And
inspiration.
this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
I was talking about that, and technically I wasn't talking and just because of something, but this is a part of all of this. I mean, those kind of either TV shows or movies or video games, it's part of soft disclosure. And now here we are.
Yeah. So we're moving on to that other level where they're seeing the power of the scent, and I know that.
And this is it. And this is it. My fellow friends who are listening to us. This is Euronews. So, which a better source, because this is mainstream source, which better and more valuable source you want? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Right. And it coincides with what you were talking about. And I've always been a firm believer in essential oils, which is scent. It's the oils of plants and so forth. So
Yeah, I know.
vanilla's a plant. And people underestimate how powerful that is. You know, like the Bach essence.
Oh, it's goddamn powerful. You are right.
Yeah.
You are right.
I think this is. Yeah, I think this is our last article for today, Peter.
I think that was you know, pretty good contribution, pretty good show, and we are good to go. I want to say thank you for regular opportunity to be on your show. It is always pleasure and honor, and thank you to all of our listeners, and looking forward for next time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Peter. Thanks for being here, and we have more shows to come. Keep listening and subscribe if you haven't done that already. Have a good day, everyone.
You have been listening to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Join us on YouTube channel, Jessica Ariel Morocco, and visit www.peter-insider.com and www.readingsbyariel.com. Remember to post your questions in the comments section below the video. We look forward to hearing from you.